Shalom, Apostle Harkin, back at you with this truth, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Now Shai by Shem Krakodas. I don't know how many videos I put up today, but I'm putting up another one. And I got some on the shelf. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, Are You Not Entertained? Vocab Malone and his numbers game. First of all, I clicked on his Patreon page. Now, when you see Patreon, as you know, that you got to pay money. You can't get Patreon for free. So if you want to go to his Patreon, and remember the scriptures say, buy the truth and sell it not. Okay, it says, select the membership level, $1, $3, $5, $40, $100, $175. And that's per month. If he, what is it, $175 a month, if he has 1,000 members, that's $175,000 a month, almost 200,000 a month, which is 50,000 a week. Woo. Join a crazy team of weirdo apologists. Good title, because that's what they are, weirdo apologists. Anyway, let me come back over here. And now I said in the title, I spoke about a numbers game. This is the way this guy gets his numbers up. He'll put in words, Israelites, Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew Israelism, Deuteronomy 28, IUIC, ISUPK, GMS. And I'm gonna prove that his numbers are up when he puts in keywords, you know, in relation to the Israelites. And like I said, I'm gonna prove that. See, it says right here, Hebrew Israelism connected to teens mystery death. That was a day ago, 1.7 thousand. And I did a response to this one. Dr. Tony Evans, church shuts down hate cult, IUIC Israelites. Look at that. That was put up yesterday, Saturday. 3,000 views. It says here, it says open theism, its current state and cast of characters. This was 18 hours ago. This is yesterday. Only 642 views. Well, this was just put up, it has 500 views. But this was put up not even a day ago, 23 hours ago to be exact, 3,000 views. Because the so-called Christians that follow vocab, they come to get entertained. If you go on any of his page, and I'm gonna prove that too, any of his followers never put up precepts, scriptures, so you can understand, because they don't know the scriptures. They don't, all they know is Jesus and John 3:16. Okay, these are set reminders. This is the history of 12 tribe chart from ISUPK, Hebrew, Israelites. And you got General Yohana there. Let me see. Cult assaults and pulls, squirt gun on man. You notice 3 days ago, not even 1,000 views. Now, if he'd have put Sakari, Israelites, Hebrew, Israelism, he would have got maybe 3,000, 4,000 hits. And he realizes that. He said, I gotta put more of those buzzwords in there. Now he's trying to get, you know, this pastor, teacher, you know, let me get into the scriptures now. How the biblically defend how to biblically defend, excuse me, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And that was 7 days ago, almost 8 days ago, a week and a day, not even 1,000 hits. How to answer questions biblically, not a little more than 500 hits. Pass a dial, you get a couple of hits. How to ask a question like Jesus, not a little more than 600 hits, and that was more than a week ago. How to truly learn like a disciple, a little more than 600 hits. See, IUIC cult showed up. Churches today to recruit. Look at that, almost 4,000 hits. Not even 2 weeks. Oh, he says, Vocab admits I am a Jesuit government agent. He gets the hits up. Because the people that follow him are not real Christians. They just say that they're Christians. They're not Christians. They just play Christians on YouTube. Deuteronomy, the abuse of Deuteronomy, destroying the abuse of Deuteronomy 28 forever. 2 weeks ago, over 3,000 hits. Because when they see that buzzword, that word right there, Deuteronomy 28, they think about Deuteronomy 28:68, and they think about the Israelites. Hebrews in Egypt, a little more than 1,000 answering Revelation 13:10, not even 1,000. Hebrew Israelism, 21 celebrities who promote Hebrew Israelism, 2,300. Low numbers after a month. Why? Because there's no Hebrew Israelism, Deuteronomy 28, GMS, IUIC, ISUPK. This is his page. I'm not playing with I can't get up in here like this. All right, look. Calm Christian versus polite Hebrew Israelites, 4,000 plus views. GMS says Christians got Sakari in new street debate, 2,000. The GMS numbers go up with GMS. The original One Western leaders wrote a book, 2000. GMS, only ones who know Bible is us. Almost 3,000 hits. If he was just a teach straight up Christian, if he was a straight up Christian apologist, he just taught the Bible based upon what he learned in the theological cemetery, which he uses that word now. Now he's starting to say shalom. He got the beard. He wants to be us. Okay, this is when he was young and skinny. Raw worship, live hip hop music. This is almost a year ago, 9 months ago, not even 400 hits, because everybody knows this guy, there's a thing called talent and you ain't got it. Let me look at a couple more. So we're going almost a year back. Sakari need to pay his tithes to himself. Oh, boy. Okay, wow, that's 11 months ago. Ex-Sakari Hebrew Israelite, the interview, 10,000 views. If Israel, Hebrew Israelite, Hebrew Israelism, Deuteronomy 28:68, IUIC, ISUPK, GMS, it was just Vocab breaks down Hebrews 11. Almost a year ago, he'll be lucky if he gets 800 views. Because the people that are following you, this guy came against you. Sham Shimon, he called you a coward. And I found out that spiritually you are a coward. I asked a question several times on your recent video. Let's come back up here. Was it this one? Let me see if he took it down. And he finally answered. I asked him, did the Lord die on the Friday? And he said, yes, sir. I'm surprised this is still up. I'm surprised this is still up. So yes, this guy's a complete clown. His guy's a complete clown. I'm surprised this is still up, but anyway, let me hit view reply. Okay, he did put it, he did, let me see. He put a yes, sir, but it's not there. Okay, this guy answered, it was likely a Wednesday for Pesach, which is Passover, to raise. It is likely Wednesday for Pesach to raise on Sabbath. And I asked some other questions. He definitely took down some of my, most of them. I put up about at least 10, put that up at least 10 times. And we just see it up there 2 times. Let me see if I can find this one. I go back and forth with somebody. Okay, I do believe, it's Oscar De La Hoya. I do believe, okay, Jay, great job, Minister Brother Chris. All he did was ran his mouth, didn't quote one scripture, didn't even say the word Bible. Just ran his mouth, used car salesman. Okay, so I had a back and forth dialogue with somebody, but it's not even up here. Okay, I believe it is. I'm sorry. Okay, so I asked the initial question. That's me. Did the Lord die on a Friday, vocab? Chris is L7 War and worship apologist, and replying to me. Do you even believe in the Jesus that is God, died and rose again? If not, what does it matter? Well, I didn't ask you that. That's what these people do. They do what's called they bring up a straw man argument. In other words, they go to another subject to argue on that instead of answer the question. I'm asking a question. I might be concerned. Okay, so then I come back and I say, what day did he raise on? I don't know if he didn't answer unless they took it down. Then I came up again, which Jesus are you talking about? Because he made another, he said something else, but somebody, I think Vocab took, coward ass Vocab took it down. Which Jesus are you talking about? The white one or the black one? That's what I asked him. So he has a response. Respond. No respond, no response. So this is an all-out war on these Christians. And I'm gonna say this in closing. Today is a new moon, which is a Sabbath, which you're not supposed to be working. And this stuff, oh, I gotta work on a Sunday. Oh, I gotta work on a Saturday. Oh, I gotta work on this day. I gotta work on a Sabbath. Do you know that there's app-based gig-based economy out there where you can work when you want to work, all right? It's Sabbath, I cannot work. When the sun goes down, most likely I'll be out there. As soon as the sun goes down, I'll be out there for maybe 2-3 hours. So 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11. Then again, I might not, but then the next day, Monday, I'll work that many more hours. Monday, I can work all week. I can work from Monday to Friday, from Monday to Saturday. But Sundays, I can't work because the new moon fell on a so-called Saturday night. So what are you guys doing out there? You guys in GMS land? There should be 1,000 videos, either live streams going on or videos that you just put up. I mean, what are you? Hey, the scripture, the Apocrypha says this. As a matter of fact, let me get it. Let me see if I can get it. Let me put it in. Let me just put in sun. Let's see what comes up. Do it this way. Just Apocrypha. Bear with me for a minute. I might have to put in some, okay, let me try this. Okay, I found it. I knew it was in Ecclesiasticus 23, verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men and knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. Let me read that again. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men and knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Such a man only, let me go to the context. '18 verse. A man that breaketh wedlock, which is adultery, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. And when it says break wedlock, he's breaking a wedlock of a man and a woman by committing adultery, and that's a sin unto death. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sin. So he's covering himself in the dark from men. It says, such a man only feareth the eyes of the Lord, not the eyes of men. That applies to a lot of things. A lot of guys, they'll come, let's say for 2 weeks, we get down a little late because of traffic. It always happens. Sometimes we get there on time. Sometimes we get there a little early. Sometimes we get there, a lot of times we get there a little late. And a lot of you brothers in the New York camp, you say, oh yeah, I noticed that the apostles, they normally get out about 3:25, 3:30. So I'm going to time it when I get there about the same time. But then if you notice us getting out there, we're out there at 3, like you come, you say, oh, they're already out there. What time did they get? What time did they get out there? Oh, they got out there at 3 o'clock. Then all of a sudden you'll start coming, you'll time it. That's you, because you fear men. You fear men. The scriptures say, let every man work out his own, every man work out his own salvation with fear and trembling of who? Of the Most High. The Apostle Paul said, knowing the terror of the Lord, I persuade men. He didn't do it because, I don't know, Peter might be looking. A lot of you guys come into this thing and you fear man and you follow man like man is God. Like I always get on the IUIC. The majority of those guys in the IUIC, they fear man and not the Most High. Whatever thing that the leadership of the IUIC says, they blindly follow. They don't even question it. They don't go and study. They don't research. Remember, there was a church called the Church of Berea. Why did the Apostle Paul pick up the Church of Berea? Because they were more noble than the Church of Thessalonica. Why? Because they searched the scriptures that they see if those things were so. A lot of you guys, you don't do that. A guy teaches you something, you just, like you remember putting your mental Rolodex. Today, right now, nobody's working. Nobody should be working. With the app-based, gig-based economy, nobody should be working. There's times where I got up 4:30 in the morning, got on the road. There's times when I got out at 8 at night and stayed out there till about 12. There's times when I got out there at 9 o'clock. There's times where I did 3 hours, something came up, I got a call, turn the app off, do what I got to do. 2 hours later, I get back on the road. So there's no excuses anymore. There's no excuses. There should be videos, especially among you young men. I've been doing this thing well over 30 years. Going on 37 years, almost 40 years. And somebody tell me, oh, Tahar, you're not on fire, you're lukewarm. A lot of you guys are lukewarm. A lot of you guys are lukewarm. A lot of you guys are lukewarm, and some of you guys are cold. Some of you don't even want to do this no more. It becomes a chore to you. You know, you hate, oh, it's Friday, tomorrow I got to go. The Most High gonna get rid of you, man. He gonna spew you out of his mouth. When I had the camp back in the day, 50 plus men, I used to open up with lukewarm. Revelation 3 was at 3 verse 15. And there were certain guys in there, most of them, they would cringe when I would read that, and they would hate me for it. And guess what? Every last one of them is back in the world. The only ones that are still conscious to the fact that the Israelites that was in that room was Apostle Gabar and currently Bishop Nathaniel. Those were the only two that were left. All the rest of them are back in the world. Some of them are dead. They went back into the world. And it'll be a blessing if they died. If they died, they caught a heart attack, caught a stroke, got struck by lightning, you know, uh, anything, drown, whatever, they commit suicide. Some of them niggas committed suicide. One of them guys in that group of 50, he committed suicide. He was under comfy, and this nigga committed suicide. I hate to be the one you commit suicide to. So the Most High is not dealing with weak men. All right? The scriptures say, endure hardness as a good soldier. You guys should, especially you young men, you should be popping these videos out like it's going out of style, man. And if you ain't got a subject, you ain't got no water in you, bruh. Let me go to this. I was going to go to this precept, but let me go. The Spirit said, let's go to this precept. What is this? John 7. I'm sorry. He that believeth on me, as the scripture saith, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So if you ain't did a video in 6 months, there ain't no water in you. Point blank period. There ain't no water in you. If you didn't do a video in a week, unless you're in a goddamn coma, there ain't no water in you. Out of his belly shall flow. Let's look up the word flow. The Greek word, let you listen to it.
Strong's G 4482,
Chreo. A primary verb, so there's no root to it, and it means to flow. For some tenses of which prolonged from is used to flow, run as water. The water faucet in your spirit is supposed to be on and not off. Let me come back. So that's flow. Okay, let me look up the word rivers. It says shall flow rivers of living water. Rivers. Let's look up the word rivers. So that water is supposed to be coming out your belly like rivers. Let's look up the word rivers. What the hell happened? Let me come back. The word is
Strong's G 4215, Hatamas.
There's some roots to that, but let's go to the actual word. It means a stream, a river, a torrent, floods. Floods. A stream, a river, a torrent. Let's look up the word torrent. Torrential rains. Torrent. Gotta go to the Common Dictionary. Okay, torrent. Let me go to meaning. Torrent, a strong and fast moving stream of water or other liquid. We ain't looking, the Most High ain't looking for the drip, drip spirit. The meaning of torrent is a violent or forceful flow of fluid, especially a rushing stream of water. How to use torrent in a sentence. All right, let me come back. Floods. So this is supposed that you can't help it. You sleep and you get up in the middle. Look, Apostle Gabar put up a video early in the morning. I did a response to it, and he did that video 5:30 in the morning, man. A lot of times we do these videos, it'll be 3. You wake up in the middle of the night, 3 in the morning. You can't get back to sleep. Guess what? Go on the web. You wind up doing the video. The Most High is not dealing with you guys if you're lukewarm or if you're cold. There should be 1,000 videos up on YouTube right now from just the GMS alone, 1,000 plus. And then when you look, the Most High, you're supposed to have the fear of the Most High in you. You've seen through the years the guys that came in that were on fire, they lost that fire and now they're all bugged out. They're all bugged out. They're back in the world. Malak Shaw, the guy from down south, he put tattoos over him, made a video and said, look, GMS, I put tattoos on my arm. Then he painted his hair green. Let me go to that. Let me go to that. And he was diligent. He was a diligent brother. Back in the world. A lot of you come into this thing because you and a friend come into this thing and you go out and go through the motion. Then when your friend leaves, you leave shortly after because you didn't come into it for the Most High. You came into it because you were cool with your friend that you grew up with. All of my close friends, I had 3 close friends from the time I was 12, 11 years old, 10, 11 years old. All of them are dead. All 3 of them is dead. One died from taking all the Crown Vicks, and he said, I should have never took them. I feel like I'm going to drop dead. And then a week later, he was dead. Deader than Dillinger. Or this brother right here, Elder Malcolm, diligent brother. And he's diligent, and you can look in his eyes. He's got the eye of the tiger. Anything he can look at, he's in the jiu-jitsu, he's in the Marines, and I'm positive. Before he came to the truth, anything that he got into, he was diligent. And the same thing with me. Anything I got into, I was diligent, man. And I was running track in junior high school, and I was good. I ran the distance and I ran the sprint. I was good at both. And in my mind, I was saying, well, maybe one day I'm going to work to go to the Olympics. Anyway, excuse me. I'm gonna say shalom. I think I said enough.